Alright, abusia, mamimbo bibia akwaba. Na memfa ombra mega TV yem platform we eso. I say transit diana nsem eni twegu. Ofosu Nkansah one of vibrant NPP Communicator. Our kasa edima Alhaji Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia. One NDC Communicator ko CLÁSH. In fact, UTV critical issues. Jacob na ni show no eso. Na nina efa Dr. Alhaji Bawumia na apology awo de atudwai. Eno mu bisa se, debio enti yeto abawie dadaada no. Afi na Alhaji Bawumia hu se omadi ntwento obepa achewa na. In fact, anyo no nko Sansuna galamsey matter issue. Galamsey issues. Why ended by? Now po MPP for not dear no more ye. I'll want me unsolve. I near NDC for by just 9 months. Omugu omuso. Ekito mo mene e press yo mo kase omun solve within 9 months. Abusia sanse mo e person obejimbre. Now wa relax because he will weakens. Popcorn be two no na tie nsem no conversation obehu se MPP for. Omo enye party omu ewo so ye mo chance. Emo mu digana so because omu enyo man no ho abadaye. Tie kira wadwon comment section bra conversation ko so like it made in share na foforo enye bi hwa hanom remains the number one authentic platform.
Yeah.
And one frightening idea when I say, what him say? Me no be the nkomo se takrade. And so I bottled water no takrade about 90% if you cry.
I guess I won't so say.
Yes. It's in so no takrade no. Takrade su bontin bebe wo nyina achi no.
Yeah.
And so no if you cry na akọ. Kofi. Okunu baby adro no. Yebetumi esansa mutina ban mu mo yemu fam die bia aban so ba e kwa afini bibie wa na ewo se e kwa animo se esan ye chu se ye dan prof kasen bi se ye nyina se ye kabo mo yebetumi ako
no kre
ugina hosa na se mo susue bia betumi de aboa
meda se ja me chia atiefo ne ahwefo nyina na galamse nsem no ye nsem a ehia pay se o study history human settlement history said the nananom na omobo sese etnasia ntokwaba na omomo tekra na se bi kotena ba befofra omokwa omohu nso a no maide omagina ebi se wa nye ba bi osutene bi eda utena ho a enye ye nti wo hwe ye settlement na ba bia ye nananom ekotena ye bia no na nsu bebre ye ededa ho. And which how important inso is because and then ma enkwa nipa ebetenase inso and then from anomnia the mo anso betenase the same thing living thing bia hia inso ansana ye dey atenase ye wo ye nche bia inso suso yi sometime na ye pipe system ye na ebu ba bia ni musa into streams they free rock mubano you know wosa wonom no direct wo kofu ma eja de hia ne se wate haban wo de se nsu a no anu bi na akọ ba bi clean so 80s ni 90s ye ba bi en ho an ye tu galamse e won nsu me free mining area santiachim ska kokọ ho pa isu no me kai Australian company bi na wo Southern Cross Mining Limited school amekọ no na school papa wo pa engineers in Australia for abrofo nyina no maba school mo ba na mo pajere na company igu akire you know already was there at that time na kono nguduma secondary school because na insusem enye said it yen ndi no na already na no mo ba besa e de kodware e ya de ene already no mo sa enye ye
na wo hompo
o mo tua manchester nso no kra ira ba bia dan so aye brown aka so na aye brown enti ade a hadwen pa ye so hona de akofa we nyina ba eye nipa su ehunu ani technology ene akwan fofora ye fa so ye ne mama ne yemre me kai se 2010 NDC aban Professor Mills any President Mahama administration then I will launch a program beyond the National Youth Employment Program. They are youth in mining. Na omo de sa time no omo adwen say omo introduce the youth to modern ways of mining. Say they be yon betima to sika kokko ni ye. It they introduce them to excavators. The excavator aba mo be kire so dem betima use. Yenim say excavator de bobo am ye to sika no yo. Sa na ye de be sa asase. It instead say ye be delineate na ya demarcate say bia aha na ye wo aha ya mines. Of course so ko anglo gold ni hu won ya de infidi akese no mu ditu. Because baby ekutu sika kokko no won onye sa infidi na won se nka utu enye ye. Eti sa adwen no na ekofa champagne ne excavator ne sa de ba say be boyen ama obo ade gudi a ode amayen aka fom na abrofo ba no mo betuko na omuko pay tax profit kakra omu benya no so tax eno matua ansa na yenye ho bi na de ne fom a yenye ye de ano yentimi nye de entu because we near fidi a untimi ntu I say all year until anytime bia omo ba no mo bitu na taxes kaka ne yenya no. It is the idea to introduce the youth and access small scale miners into machines and can ye adepone because me ne obi anya dwen eja say yeti ho na me constituency am say mining constituency na omaba minerals commission abrofo mu musika na omaba je license near the district ni wonyina ma om surface mining no mu yo anya underground e bi mpo na om nkwa na ye den etu na omatua task kakra bia ma ye na ye ankasa indigenous na ye de ano ye ntimi enya so mfaso enti I was say formalize na ye nhihye na oman ne bam president Akufo start bibi o say mercury free gold catcher mercury na ene doctor said report aba say ya e galam say na nti enkontomre nyina we ye GH1 TV report enra contumely and other foodstuffs in mining regions now contain toxic mercury, risking cancer in adults and brain damage in children. Iti mercury ni nyama ye duane ni mfudie na yidi no. Iti omampani na adodan Akufo reference what the sa good catcher ne ba o start time to introduce 100. Aye no eboa ayam abo no am yetimi yi gold ni frame easily. Yetimi nya 90% of the gold because ekwan ya faso eyi gold no small scale mining level no say omode carpet huru gold no ya de no ema gold no duro na ya de eka anwen no nti nya effective nti we ne boa afei chemicals ya mercury say nsuo ebe hye adwanim ko so brain damage ne kidney problem say the doctor say kan no eyi enu nsu furu enu nsu binim nti eboa nti say ye hwani ye formalize na ye de sa equipments papa ne ba ne ye monitor control then sika kokko no de deserve no betimi ayden enya yensa ansa environment no enka ho na omampani be de chire wetwe malaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia or the solutions bebre ebai o se ohwa ebeboa ba ko ne se geological survey department omomwayen na yenyi ba bia gold no wo no na ehu se ha ne wo yenya gold no ya. We shouldn't give everything to expertise no mo betu dia kono. Medley me susu ye ne say at least 30 to 40% of concession bia ba eska kokko bia na yenyi bi ma ye local people no. Na aban enso o masen again Dr. Bawumia esan say ohun say emmoa na sikasem ho den ma ye nnuanum nti no. Also the Minerals Development Fund beba. Eja say Minerals Development Fund no. Eno na beboa ama omanye sika omode betoto gold no ho niama sere be ya because capital intensive anything na bia China for no na yeden eba enya champagne ene machines akase omode ye no na omode abese no it is yenya ya 40% of concession bia na ye dey local for na ya formalize no ya regulate them again you see and decentralize the administration of the mining sector no. Na Environmental Protection Agency Minerals Commission your district assemblies any ahemfui very critical that the prof kan ahemfu no shem na answer na unya license no na ohene stamp so ohene so aprinsu bisa mpa ya ma kwan mo ya adwumaku mo aka bom ya register mo aha ne ya kire se muntu mo nko beyond ha it is so china nya ho ne yetu na because so local administration no ahemfu ye involve ninti no ahemfo no so you accountable omo de omo ho time bia eja yesu sei ye boda wuro se me enkofuom ebenada na obi anko Santi achemo were kai pa si so Tuesdays na mpanifo ayi ato se ye de ma ensuo no hote na ehome enti na yanko benada obi anko were and everybody respected it as late as 90s ya enche
Kofi can be say ehihia hodo bi na so for me ka say mo de ehihia bi ba community mining so gold catch out we can ho asem any community mining ye mi say aye the resource bi esan say baby to say Miami die mu chebi domase ene potrase
ya won so mutu pa chebi
na galamsey eni na wo chebi apapam ene baby aka but oba baby to say Odumase the portrayal as fane ni ho na kwa remember say owa mrekuduka na ekobie sa community mining
yeah
and na me no ka say ukodu wa werebe ho enti
ye problem na sustainability
enti na maybe say this is here can and mini district assembly ye policy the
ye problem na sustainability
community mining na botan say community ni betu ama for community ni betu but ko wi ase no community for na kasa kura nya kwantu awo ne betu secondly this is so we so dey adwuma no so eno san so mo fa nya adwuma enti we dey say asam ye ka na mo ne ye no ye tumi ye ma ne ye
enti eja ni nyina ye political role ye benya se be we nya rocket science ye di no kurama ye ho ye bitima ye fi me ba bia me fi se da maka ho asem no omo a omunya akwanya ekotu gold da wo mines mu ho no omo nko owerim anase omo nko nso enkotu gold it always happens but sisi ana ya acheopa aje se MC ana MP ana ahemfo no ko no ma kosre omo concession ye omo dia because ye the gold ni nyina ayeden ama omo so enti se obeji license a community no obeji license no outside the presence of the mining furnace company no kra no wo de asobo from ABB enye yi omo ji ho nyina na nsi out ya manso ya kunkum emrantie akun assemblyman kra wo assemblyman you say youth no be a trespass on mines for na sase so to no akoka ho asem no mines for na soja for a oma be high oma mo bo mines no ba na abonitu akuno so because ye nyen hihye ye ni ye say wo kan ye de anoka community mining na de say twama mabunu no kra no na e bia mpanimfo bi na hye kire omo san tudi there is no way say 30 to 40% kota ya make ho asem ye de to ho say ye de ma ye mabunu no don't be no mo dwen ho na unim de ya na mines for no mo ye abandoned pigs a bia ho no mo tu ho go da wie no na mo de ama youth no say ha na mo peme ye community mining no they are always forcing their way into where be scan here then no and say no it is a resources na 100 give the mining company 70%, give the 30% na ye rare good a honso mko mu benye bi no say oboasi o say ye ahafo so ye hiu no mo nso nkutu bi ye dia so we need a review of our mining sector regulation, the licensing, because
licensing here and I say enforcing the rules and regulation a better mining. Essentially, me kai Yesusa no chebi. Me tu onko to galam so chebi. But no be anko bremu.
Exactly.
No be anko bremu.
On na me yes. Antecedent ne say.
Ti eba ne sen
aye nipa nyansa de bia de chia ye sori nyina no.
Enu ye nyansa e be fa ni nyansa.
Say nyansa no utimi de sa de. Utimi de ye technology no. Any innovation, creativity na be we no. So what you say? Enti say amount caterpillar se fa ye kwan na wan fa nye kwan na de bebu dan egua. Say na technology.
Enu ya Kofi my friend say no ye bibi me to me so well no.
Enti that is exactly what we are doing. So what you say? Enti because I'm fine sa equipment here modernity at the aba nka eboa yen because no na bro fi de ba mu de betu gold any do mutu no ba bia ya je concessions high mines obi enko most of them underground by dodo na international mining companies na wakra dodo na na surface mining apart from akese na omo ye underground mining no eja dodo na surface mining
okay
eti ohwe back to the solutions no yenye sa satellite mapping no eja gold bu apa am say oman yi mu ba bia gold ni ana ye bia gita akra ne gota
be kra ba ha yen se na hwehwe
ye say free central ekwa akopem paga ba bia no wa yintu gold every region except sir
can have credit to go.
Sir, maybe I had in the young way. How much because I had in United. Purely residential.
I found Crawford down home to go.
I won't cry. So, it's in Yanko.
I said the Omo year construction work.
Yes, so
too good.
Yanko Point, but and say abuse in China Yamere.
I abuse in every.
So, it is a me coach kakra. You know NDC for no I'm say minister I can say me and Fenye amanyosem. Yura amabwa. Ni nyina ye mom ni enfenso. NDC for when first time on power. Time I was so I struggle to solve it. No ma power. That time no and na esen komo bua yen ama ye nyina Ghana NPP ni NDC in terms of politics na ke kan ya dwen bom by partisan approach na ka parliament ye dwen ho we anyi ye sen na be ye mines and energy committee wo na ke ye ne sa we de enwanom de amanyosem to the extent say omo share omampani na na don kwakufu ado galamse ahenche asif say galamse ni tu ana ni boto ni ye begu. And Penifras say one cabinet team from Minister Okujeto to Sam George to Haruna Idrisu. Haruna Idrisu can say impeach president because when Timian saw Vogalam say President Mahama now can be say the responsibility of the government to solve it. So he should solve it now. Now say Ghana for ye and MPP for free why NDC bomb solve problem. So the impression was created say the Galamsey problem was MPP. It's MPP free na problem na there solve. When we all know say Galamsey yikasi ye nyina ye sa time excavator ne champagne start by na ye President Mills time because me o man pen man tia dey finish champagne da excavator ye tia na ye kwan ade na dey man ti say o man pen ku for time and say President Rawlings time ye the excavator A2 sika e wo kurum ha. And I mean, I can say I grew up in a mining community. I'm in value chain in our processes. No, first, no, abandoned mining person, no, and no room, no more could two. Omunya born bar, no my background. Actually, no introduce you. Friends and Kanika, I am a bray, or more boomana for me. I am no my no more processing, no my, and also crack of a problem by dust and more respiratory problems.
Okay,
so all right. Ain't you no nyintum no apologize say
what mo dey politics
amonyo some no ye na amwa nti say no ye nyina ye ntene on
it's not going to help obia
a new leaf
ye ka say be apportion blame e wo ma we never get
because you see won't mean cancel
the problem and not
8 months ago so huna enne on pretend say bi wan ka hwe o say state of emergency nkwa na emfenye na even amanone 40 say China for a omaba abetu sikakoko ha abandara na don kwa bruche kura no omo anyi ni ye nti wo de wo ba wo bejai oma ya prosecute omo for mining crimes nyina because they acha wan kono krom nti eja me no kase no Minister of Interior abeka say over 140 illegal miners omo foreigners na aban ya abai e de omo kwa bruche exact de omo kan na omo sa don kom
say omo kwa
omo deport omo sa kom krom say mo say asase mo tu the same thing here no criticize
me that's Kofi me that's mama nko busapai mu kwa aba na bibia bokode abadi ado ya sompa akaba bibia bokọ de radiasi ho ado mo ye pa oledi show so hwe ye oledi na pe ye ma achi pa aha ebo utie na ka be se busapai mu ko kasansa no akasa but mama mra oso Onkasa way who now Bremas movement boy. All right. I don't know who's a penny. What's your unia? Could feel some more can. They say, I dare the amanyosem, ya the amanyosem one, I be do be a drew. Until Mumudi amanyosem, and now Kuno, I had the mom of Sombeco. Minister Sassamy, ya can't want some, I can't just say, they be a no cancuna at one chili na the yes. Yetumi enya no pomasibre se we na yeye abusapan mo wa ban mu mo nia ban mu mo hu de course mo aba ban mu na nsem so mo eku bi efre no Naimos me hu adwuma mo ye ba ku bi me hu wa interesting ayi je se abusu fie kura wo mining site ho aha Naimos for na adwuma ni bi ni aha Naimos for na adwuma bi abusu fie wo mining site onti se wo kono kokotu a or Debbie, or no, or Chamiam, or being when what you have. Yes.
And there are spiritual pieces of Omamutu.
Way abuse in the powers now, they prevent it. What they encourage.
About 4 months of fire and conquer 113 years. Not some powers in the den on the
I didn't know. A Korea say, Abruani crying. A whole community. And the people are 800 than never. I know Mutugalam. Just at the end, meaning Moses said, one of more bemo. Zikura, the Baba to one said, Pine. And then I'm away.
Jacomina Medasi. Mefa mo free so na menchia wankasa na wo production team.
Yeah, that's it.
Me fe me nua no me prof. And so menchia mo nyina lawyer. Me bo echia mo nyina na me nua ebo. Na tiefu nyina. Medasi wa asema wa bisa no. Jacomina galamse fight he. Mze ye kanu illegal mining no. Ifi baby na abedua. Na hifa na ifi. Minu ya Kofi kasa no. O kasa ya do baby na or pushing blame. No the two. John Mahama na NDC ama yekunso.
Reference to the mom can.
Enti prof kura ka kire de ni awoye do o hwini. Prof kasa o kan na sianing na seye kan afefa nka chichire no befo bofo kan ye my example bi say baby a wunyin potrase ne na achemaye na galamsey na ekoso ehina no introduce Ghana for first Chinese for buy mining adwumem nka Kofi ya no ebe me there is not President Kufuor we send Ghanaians to China
make an my
o dey kan wa no to me na me nkasa
So beside you.
okay baby san dey any nkasa say who introduced that President Kufuor no all the Ghana for your NPP youth e call China
because for one dance bra
I no ko no ku training omo
for one dance bra
and then they introduce China for mining you wait.
What can I do one dance about my challenge you? For dance bra because when kai bibia say Kufuor time bibia once me no dey no me can say Honorable Baba Jama and a launch National Youth Employment Program, Youth in Community Mining, and we introduce excavators to them. Mama reference point. President Kufuor they don't go training bank that bank to do what. Abamu pen women they don't go. A day no buy no be but your mama say fax no enko.
King Solomon where we to be kaza.
Mary.
Okay. King Solomon. Yes, because I say open only minyansa. What kasa no be ambem. So you allow me to also make yes. I've been children watch the and look at the men around the table. Everybody was quiet. Not that what you were saying, no. Now you will be a comfortable. But you are still, and if it continues like this, I beg. Until President Kufuor introduce NPP for training on China, no, and also would do on Chibai. No, the actual Ebefie, no, invited once and Edwamba. Na ni na yade toward enkenfao Ghana for be to me akaimia eja kwamna we kai say President Mahama the helicopter Ekofa mining site e Ghana have the first administration we kai e mo de Kofa Chebi no be comment bi say Chebi adane headquarters of Galamsey e ma ahemfo bi tu no sosa ene bremu no way. It was that time. Nana mebodi menyese meni sound. Ena Chebi mahene. Chebi, Akim Chebi.
I'm
waiting for the penny. I'm saying what's an environmentalist.
I'm an environmentalist.
Yes. And you be a obo. Onyame ebo friends adebo nyame adebo bangan. And an infantry side equals. And the President Mahama Kukai. Some chiefs go street a demonstration against John Mahama. You feel what me and him say can be beca. And then you a kobaya say na presidency and kasa or no president no appointee a Professor Frimpong Boateng Nkansah no ye Minister of Environment, Technology and whatever. Ose and science, yes. Ose presidency, the officials there no more involved. They are all involved. The reports are there. 36 pages. It's there. Ose they are involved and obobo individuals be the chiri kura de okoka se gabi kura de otumi sine so emo otumi ka kire se sankrofo ya okwo won so di jai. Okroma enya obi okan ya ne okan kura ya yam hyehyɛ kura de say youth organizer wo achim ebuakwa onu to galamsey wo president nifi echi ne garden
sa some no kan ye no nko hwem na no kure say garden bi o ho
okay we no and all this is to say me mankasa na me leading and ye kwai ne ye ko reclaim land no he said it, he made it clear it won dey camera no kwai no kwai na green grass if you he said I reclaim the land. He said it. He made that statement clear. You cannot fix an age-old problem, like 8 years problem, within 8 months. It's not possible. It is not. So I'm surprised to say all of a sudden NPP for gaining some. Who introduced community mining? Now one KPIs are what the man one year. Community mining. Who are those involved in this community mining? Who are those? So we introduced in 2019. 2019, 2nd July. And the president Akufo-Addo launching. Me bo amon kan kire me. On launch we no enu chi na galamsey no efedina presidential staffers and party apparatus ministers ekoye involved. Who introduced a passing law LI say yenko mining our forest him. Who did that? Nini akufiti as NDC for buy no introduce we that. Who introduced, who passed the law? So who are what forest reserve? Name our license. It's like giving a gun to a military man. So it's still to be able to shoot him. That was the meaning. You see, and now me no can say obeying president to name because you repeal your resume parliament. That would be the first thing. He said he would never do that. The president would never. Nobody in his presidency administration or Bekacho say he's going to be involved in mining. Also, that very day, he will sack you. You will sack. That is a president that always zeal to fight this canker. You see, I am not yet Kasana, ye Jaini, I'm NPP for Wadi. Would be president to be Makwanse Forest Reserve or what? When you say Forest Reserve, in Sutainem, I want to ensure any war. Most of the influence in this other who say, Kona Kutu, a famous good day, Quaseno. Now go for the Sanfire Papusi. No one else is so no for one under from men Susaya. Well, no Marco could now for the Rian, what Begirano for this let me tell you, me, do you know my problem and my concern about my own administration, this government? And they say, allow involved more presidency. Professor Frimpong Boateng report, implicating one I want and I'm free. That is my problem with my own administration.
There's some implicate you, that doesn't mean the person is guilty. Say I'm passing.
I just come now on your reporter. What report to Galam say why you share one year monitor when you're net. And some of them, you know them. You know them. President Nkansah to me Kofobia, could defend it and Chemaun to be. Bro, about investigating now. You know, CID, a Mamena office, no. Which feel so kwa investigate you be a president a clear na obetumi implicate no dem say won to be your mind ni bia kana so beti wo nanim no ka kire no eni tiba tipegu e the rest om the star case no e wo court am no ka say prempre ya
enu na Ghana for gina so do say dia banda da na anya de tie to abade
enu ni
ti no mo abane de na mo ya no fo
enu na me ma ba si
aye cause na say lance minister I launch responsible cooperative
community mining now say nyina na brand no
ewo
you know say community mining ade bone
one community mining no I quite remember say it's more than the guarantee because me they can say yeah make a dia no me one dance here I quite in 2014 I remember 2014 I single-handedly na they be make say despite me they made them pay the fast pa that time na densu to say we nti me kai so video no a check be 11 years ni ye try say sabetumi aka be dem say bomu sei na me no na bomu sei na me no ye na news ye di twa de bai me kun nti then time 2014 na consider na lance minister me tata me sa go do no motumi antu en na be bia me no ka say wo kwa wo say ho di say enti omo the community mining community mining no craba be say environment more than Old Testament na ye wu no ye Ghana say ye see ye tu no musubu dia mudi be say responsible cooperative mining as for ye bofo na ma ye na ma kire ho a na mo ye bibia ma ya dwunu ye de keke
ida say eja kwabna na sa minyi wanu ansa na me measures ne so because I don't know where they say me yes eja kwabna that sa bin su na o kan ho asebe no na o refuse see no de any police station next to go to Galamsey just within 100 meters away from the Konongo roadside you would DCMC ho e wo kura de the minister si twam ko wonkrom eja kwabla ne yete say ye responsible community mind na ye ka no say ni ankrofo ne ye ninti no the amani ye ne say okay ye hu say ya identify groups he say ade amoye ni for the meantime no ye yi mu fi mu kura mu ni adwuma biye enti dia ye be kan say mon ka mo hombom as a cooperative mo de mo mu amoho ano government na kasa be identify baby saha mine ni aduan e wo fom amo betumi atu anya baby na ye de honi nyina ahya mo nsa emmenyinsu na emmenyinsu so insuensu e wo sa area mu won kwaye nyina na ye de be hya mo nsa baby e mutunu se ye ba na insunania say ya muna ya de hamam no hold you responsible this is how yeah internet business say say community mind no mo de ma won guidelines be what de ma won e free for all any opportunity and my friend say akwanya na so bi aye and na me no ka say say measures no and ye de ato ho na data kura kire say de nsu na wo kan no na mprempren asay no asat enra and I'm quoting Sami Jemfi or this information in my eye. Also, OJ ewo Ghana water ho one data, and they say densu as 2024 July and 2025 July figures are on the MIA ni. Na densu na kasa na ya ho no na July 2024 no water turbidity no NTU na 256. And now me no ka say abedu eye man wa se de na ye kan abedu 44 NTU owie no e no eye densu insawam e wona akoye no
there we coach bi do mase bi wo do mase oba ebi o densu so yes
okay
so omo pumping station wo ha pump no sumu ne wo mo e wo
good and na insawam de no eye 59 last year. This year abedu 19.1 NTU. That's a water turbidity. Good. Yes, you want to call Ankobra Dominase Ankobra River. Now you 3,720 MTU. And now me no ka say 2,920. You really know any call Tano Elubo River. 1,010 last year. And now water turbidity they reduced to 834. Tano Sefi River no now you 12.3 and now me no say it 4.57. Yes. That be also be a river. Make be a river. No, 1,190. And now me no say I be 372. But here a bamboy a black voter. The woman say no 52 NTU and I be do 4.79.
And something they see now. Coffee me dasi. And so yeah, ya working now.
Yes.
Me pese we say we information if
no from Ghana water. No the man, yes.
No the man,
yes.
And to say now 5,270 in about 400 now what 7 million in about 6.
I say what I want machine. I'm going to
they do an American. More quantity na munim say very soon man for say state of emergency bishop conference aka CSO so bi aka enku ahodo bebre aka say state of emergency state of ni hu pa
eja medase don say yere kan ubi say measures a ye de atokon mabo community eyi na ye be no 2 say we do we need to form na hu say nye occupy and a 9 months ekwa inka over 1,500 water pumps e ba so sisi yesu eyadwuma we seize this evidence inka over 500 excavators seize inka ni nyina ba so hyenwura dem na ya hyehye ne de enka ho ne entie no so ye explain de entie no ye show de said earlier on no so ye ko so na so mo ko kire omo a na mo tu control board no nti fi wona no defa no mo dia BBC so na pa o matu eno no de president akasa instruct say make us mama show na uko obi atudia ye ma ne mefa nko bi no mfa me ye adwuma no fa jatum nti eno de ntempa na ya show no generators ya show uko even port the first time excavators at Bakrumia with a collaboration with the transport ministry you register ye ma registration say direct we you know any excavator we no many near the tracker ashim first time it excavator be a few port there bado see the reason and the purpose what the back room it's a building site ayenim echo mami more example we so we back on the tracker ashim or the tracker the shame no we feel port and we and what the share uber car hitwa no mat see them and what the shame and what they say can because no so clear car na ko Burkina Faso excavator na ka Burkina Faso into we ya with this free port work on and we shame and we be hu won and we ma internal ye share uber no e ma na ni kire Burkina eko ye hu na excavator na mining site
and you know
and you stop no
that means say science is some day by set tracking crano and sit down yes so be able to but emra who say utu na ye kire wo so you lose the excavator you lose it forever ubetumi na measures aye say sisi won say nkrofo na ye pam won a forest reserves no na 288 forest reserves in your Ghana 44 and na nkrofo ya mon nkrofo invade yeba ye na license yo ese bia kakle yeba NDC abem mo bia license so kutu so what you say it mining forest na won asay ni nyina no we be able to claim about 9 na ye can say ye be ma permanent military alcohol NPP4 and system ye in system the buy somebody ko ani I'm for say the same thing I'm assuming.
Difference boom. The women say over 630 excavators a port no. Ye yini na the akwakogu military barracks. Ema yama military presence so mo hwe so. If you dey wo na do document ba da say ye ho adwuma na bomodin afia. Enye so obi anu want to say excavator bi akokle excavator na yira. Enu proper measures are yet to mono. Okay, be na me fa mo 1 minute na me nyai. And in state of emergency no. Catholic bishops ye da won ase. Ye ntumi ye won anu nsi bone. Emra na Ghana fu suchire na Nekufo Addo na NPP amayoku so ni clear no. Asofu Nkansah nante ko forest nim mining site no wo ko bompai. yenye sa president say state of emergency no the last resort so we need measures bia wo de be kon dia e na oba be fa
to mu measures no
and eja community no de bi na mi ma bobo so yiti
state of emergency opposition na monim say last resort
John Mahama ko state of emergency if you quote John Mahama say John Mahama say o ka confident guys
me ko na
ono no ye ni do
no say ye mere nu sade but ye hwe media na metrasa na medwunu ho ase edu ba bi a yenom na ye kan ho ase bebre yenom na ababadan atamfo se me ka threats how my threats me cause I mean ya tamo mo di mi social media na se for because am ka galamse nsamo a bebre kwa ba me ha me ade na ase de obi aba na beta fo ho kakra obi aba na beta fo ho kakra obi aba ta ntino se ebetu pega de na fi wa kasansa de yetumi empega wo di se wo famu no ede na sese ye ade bi wo ho a ekuro bi wo ho a ye nkorokoro no ye mia de se na be ya isufine wo ebetu be pesa so korokoro isufine bekam wo di se de na sese ye na animanimu ya na etumi yi galamse ifiri ho se ye nya ifiri ho ebetu abre na se
eja oze kan ma minchi a ahwefo a wo hwen no wiaze nyina na etiefu so a wo te hen na ma minchi a oye ogwa o mahin o sabere makwesi atoto de bia na me pen bi o ogwa oye Mr. Frank Hatchful your friend ogwa akoto oye 3rd October na obesia na mame nti mpada meshan bode afeshe mentu mamba ogwa afeshe bad senyame mamonkwa na metasa na mame na yino bohu one yina ase nti Mr. Frank Hatchful mama shazen Ngopon Nankasa omo ahoze na fisi o mame eja galamse issue yehu the first point am pada makanye de akwa China won ye galamse o China wo good sin Ghana but akwa China won ye galamse o but eba Ghana ehu Chinese boy galamse. That is the irony of the situation. The ikro goods in here. The mukro no ye galamse wo na the kro no mkrofo utum offer plane oba obino chrome no obeye galamse was say insu was say no kwa oye nzama onfata owi agunya gold no sa na wo de ko won chrome eyi me hunde bibi hawnya as a man there's something wrong with us. They are better no Yankopan or che ejapazen or che biana zeman. So o me no golda. Me Yankopon yhwenye de dam golden obeye inshira ma hen. There's a golda also do ye inshira ma won say tumi etena ho ma ehwa ma si siara gold no abeye nnom a case ama hen is that. There's something wrong with us. Na nyen Ghana fo no nyina na nyen nyina na ye wotuma yibitum da fight galamse nti na ye kwekoto aba ame mutum awu wotum no obi anu tum no yeze manyimpa kor de awu eye president ya to aba yeze amo ku da mazi famahen dam na ye yo because ame mutum so adam mekigina be bigidi dem fa galamse nti mutum mu da manyimpa kor ipa kono so ono ohwa so yefu nyina ado ono ohwa police fu nyina ado oche dam nyimpa no se na la pede otu galamse aso butumi to ase because omano tumi nyina ahye nsa nti if you have a situation today ma o see the last 8 years NPP time galamse obey so common there even the seat of the government itself Jubilee House according to Professor Fumpomboaten became a hub galamse hub. Certain individuals obobo honizin dem nkofi nyina utu galamse mo wi asimpo no report o cho no mpo na party for watch no yoko also call yoko no okay the prof you under arrest based on no report no na kasa obi a citizen a we hu azon ye no why report then one for report you do na nche one for shoma nzama onko ye no ono orodwe papa no na aban watching am mo man the bail and sana we jan wo yoko Inti, I mean, Marka, and I've said it on record there. Say, what the Galamsey politics on ye, no moment, say, NPP full, so much the way the Moka Galamsey, some of them, or them, unim, is this from could be auto that fight Galamsey, or your ye fool, because we gave you 8 good years. 8 good years, my brother. When you were talking, I didn't talk.
Kofi.
When you were talking, I didn't talk.
Kofi, ma obi I obam untarato say mo medasi. Okasa no bia wa.
Kofi, what you're doing is disrespectful.
It's not nice.
It's like you are the only King Solomon among us.
You gave me over 15 minutes.
Please.
Inti, mama can you there? Say I'm 8 years. Them 8 years no. Let's bring na shawunza. Is it 2 na shawunza? The fuck with the mazi mehen. Nache ibi wienu. Yefi from bar to west. Chede tibia na yemu no. Wa ba se kwaza. Na ka glam say some what say yefu. O say yefu. Na ehwe. Mo si sale. Na other Ghanaians so won adwena wor chede. Because I was into my enti na Ghana fusi gina nchen nti mo woni yen manokwan monye na mom ewo nsu ewo ofo na suggestion bi there Mary yes yen dey anka obobo a me just nchen no o say only kono dey for do na nye dey e ka ti be awa say no asay be ka ela asam o ha. You see 2022 embre na Nakufo Addo na ban on Dr. Bawumia was it Ghana. Oye musu mbra oye 2 ekrone plea bargain. Yes. Plea bargain mbra was be when him dey we wiaze na mom aze yem mali way bi wo ho ama watch ma menyeli way bi. That is why they bought plea bargain on anyi there say me wiaze me wiya 10 na say chima mutu abaka cho there 10 me wiaze na mom 6 na wa kan say gene jam na anyi plea bargain. Second one, only airline now omo ho kwande. Yen forest reserves are owo hwa. Yen for senka. Omo ho kwan mo wo ka shemma regional chairman of NPP of London
Want to be.
Otum ka she forest ni mu. Otutwa na otutu nsu mframa na eziban na omanyi patase. Nimpa wunsu saya iri wara nyin won frama ehum ose iri wara nyin wezi bana easy ose iri wara tire a commit suicide more or less because easy I don't know ehum ni wuzi or suicide na commit suicide it say ende waka kontom ne wasi ni nyina ebu cyanide no nye mercury Nancy television station bi koye bi wo Eastern region.
Yeah.
Boze na bancho tutu nyina the mazi bi wo mu. Ya tina hwa.
You are eating poison.
Yes, no. You see, we are on a suicide mission.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. We are on a suicide mission. Why do you feel there was a kidney problems for those who are Ghana sisala?
Say kosropa.
Liver problems for those who are Ghana sisala.
And cancer so bad.
Yes. To the extent then the wo mbo farmer.
No where did them.
That's because some sister be watakwa nyanko ochre obre ya nsana orfe yefun wo wore be 10 years na onya yefun obre ya onya yefun ko wo na ban on say nyimpa. That is Galamsey for you. Na nkanu so na yet Galamsey ya ebeka ya na yet Galamsey o chede mining companies we to went to win na mbesa be wako shetu mu na wagada wanzi no nasen na wakan wazi basol na wusu ana wenye bibi efim no was way gada Galamsey mo ko don ye Galamsey o
Illegal.
Or environmental terrorism. On ye Galamsey kra wa bo Galamsey it will be here there say yere ya you for connection ko do fan ye bibia ye bayen because ya je bi the one ye ya you don't go back to the same method, you use different method altogether. we are not in government. Moving for change, we are not in government. President Mahama is in government. Now, President Mahama Kassembi, which is very important to me, when people are calling for state of emergency, or Kassembi, what's in there? State of emergency, no? Yes, or as a papa. No mum, yes, in Zama be to a queen if they're the mazi, say, yeah, obutum no waste in Zamano. Now, say, yeah, you know, we'll sue in Zamana. Then we come back to state of emergency, issue of state of emergency. And now I will declare the state of emergency. Not the last resort, baby, you know. I mean, as you watch that cabin, into watch the view. Then that is how you can fight it. I want to believe there for 8 months government. 9 months. I've had the opportunity to meet 9 months one in Penyifunibi. And the plan they showed me, if politicians will stay away from the work of 9 months, I'm telling you, if politicians that kind of boa, if politicians will stay away from 9 months and allow 9 months to work as a body, no political manipulation, no political interference, I'm telling you, but in Penyifunibi, say quite today, nkonkontiba ugunsu nenye no wasawa na entwa na wo baire wo hyensu na ase. Now say entwa na wo baire nti na nkwafo sawo no za say etese wona wo sawo no kwa afofo wo abasawo nti you target entwa na wo baire no. If you can stop drumming, then there won't be any dancing on the surface of the water.
So many then that you to see
it's one movement from my can there. There's 10 points at all. Yakacha Benny there unconsiders some of our suggestions, if not all. You believe that when there seems to be chaos or this galamsey issue, mining issue. First, such as some period of ban. This man, I've heard this man, and kept 1 year. Mr. Kojo, Mr. Kwame Pienim says 6 months. You feel there has to be a period, let's say, maybe in terms of small scale mining and community mining. So that say, if there's that quietness, they are banned, there's that quietness, then we can first thing restore our water bodies within that period. Then we can reclaim the lands and do afforestation, reforestation. At the same period, I said there, Obi Biala woman license in the last 15 years. There, on your mining, when you want for license, proper audit, comprehensive audit of those licenses. And then who the license no yazimono. No way Juma na again. License yazimono. Yamo license and I am saying even in the name of the license now. Yes, the margin I say, yeah, we are. I will be allowed as a license in the bureau about new license. I will be allowed, yes, may first time you have more licenses to be a bill. Damn, I've been soon. One may can you there? God, no one for some head. Say, if you put me to go, the yen saying in shoe, yen saying in forests. I'm telling you, gold can change this economy. Into my candidate, Mbabuna. Where you gonna say, where you Sabi, we complain, market the mass in ha. So, what to Mpwana? Hey, Payina, the possibility there for you, or a high. What to a class biasa, there be a farmer, or a high. What to mining area? You want to be a miner, whether educated miner or uneducated miner, you want to be a miner. So we need to guide and direct Dama energy now youth to do responsible, sustainable mining. Instead of politicians over to Accra, no what all. That means I'm come on farmer why you work why you gonna wait on call by day no. You to Nkansah now why you Juma what further no. Young group one. Depending on the size of the area, say 20, 10, 30. And now Nkansah on form companies in one. No on recruit management madam you to know. na born in fear papa was your mining na one year work and pay responsible mining them are ejamun cocaine we trust asasi bros am 100 them asasi area yamo ABCD eya on saying nsu na on saying asasi na mom ibi yesika wom na mbabu no was ahwe won ho na economy so we yen for so won ho nti yen ma kan yi there president mama na 8 months year wezi 9 months ejuma wori ye na other measures ni na ye na mom nyanse yi ba kufu ni tirim nti so obafa yen ZB 10-point plan is already out there no was a kan 1-0 ho maka to responsible opposition we are very responsible opposition so when we speak we give alternative solutions so that you consider ours and say there mizi mam kofu ke mizi kamazi wona me ya obeye yi on na ehwe de oman panyin obeye na nyina ya aboa ma yetumi akoda queen because onye na nkote nokun oye dan le fumi na ye nokun
be na se ya so pa ja ami se ye ade ni nyina ne se ade ni bejai na ade ba ku bi omu a ami se ya dwene hye da ma so I remember former minister for national security Rekanda Parker saying be say ahogwa was illegal mining no doors papa na a threat to our national security and the yen na so no say yampani ampa so mu so ampa enti no ade no yes say asase no nko yes say yesu no so wo ho yes say afudie say anura na mehwe one of these meeting kan bi say na ye kan no cancer ekosoro kidney diseases ehwiri kosoro ene ma do bebre yes say enuane edi na sefo ni nyina echi no so no na ye de ye yan ewudifo na betumi adane o manabutu do you have to take this as politics as usual ye ben sa na na musa na ne pa bo fo no so fa kwa bi so ye na ma bi wi ese be ba so na kpa bibia sai
eja me da say me ancha hwefo me champanyfo agagwa main start to say eja maka ofia mpem bebre say politicians no o my confidentfo sabi ye kaza konso ne boy hinade nanso Ghana ya problems pa no omoka ho ma menche de ntia mekasa eja maka ofia say the estimate say Ghana ye nyanso nom yenso bese no as far back as 2-3 years ago they say 2030 na ya hwe ya ye nyanso nom na mabusa ofia pen say em fan say e be kran so e be no ma de be dware ne de be ye aduane no eno ye kra na e de be fa he right
did to be kran
inti eno ye kra ye playmen anasa ship be na de so no now he for the be dware you see this columns it just defies logic, right? As I speak to you, best estimate 60% of our water is gone. Turbidity is nothing. Turbidity, what does it mean? Turbidity, what does it mean? Turbidity can be coagulant and boy the Ghana water, need heavy metals and things so. The coagulants and boy ding ama fino pika no na so bete mercury ni cyanide ye nom te se ye nya no fo ayetwe. The reality of the matter is I don't think that we understand the weight of the issues we're dealing with. I can appreciate NDC's fix because sebi omo 8 months many Nkansah akabebre, but you see I think that the NPP must recognize something, the humility to appreciate. They failed, and one of their biggest failures was mining. Yeram Akufo-Addo, in his first time, we all hailed him because he anyebiano den penye sebi penyi nka na konya ho ntam keke. Oka ntam na do akonya siswa sebi ye nanom ena ohini bi ka konya ka ntam kese de na konya atoso a enkanyen komoketo ani edi no oko abana se wosoto ya okache Ghana for say because of the political ramification afi dia intam na okan say na udi agra na oni na then na wo pache. And so he should understand say from a clear place of ethical point of view. They of course, as Ghanaians, they have a voice, but as a political class, on this galamsey, sebi, omonto omoboase. Now, the weight of the issues we're dealing with, NPP, NDC, Chema Menche, Eja, Misano, me play B, ewo JSS. Yankofo miensa, no mokoto, sikakoko, ewo, kuku pot of gold. Me assure say it's a very common story, na enim. Yedi play. Anyongofo miensa wakoto sikakoko, anko mu nyina betimi atena fa ko ache, a obi abede ne ho, ama nena neneja nena no mu ni hia no esa greed nti ba kokofa ade abo baako ekoya aka omo medi no de adu agumu baako aka afa ye no so kikao no so wedi aka oni bi no so wuye sika kokko ne kaaye yankofo miensa a okoto pot of gold baako kra anka na me o JSS na dey play with the Ankwanta Local Authority Junior Secondary School. Manyini. Ase sebi ya nananum insema okache ye in stories no. Ase ya mfamu nyansa. Eba me say no might na homa 60% of its water is contaminated. 60% eja 6 out of 10 of every sample of water you will take. Forget about turbidity. It's either mercury or cyanide inflated.
Niama na ehu kura ne say which say wo say ko black voter so mu tu galamse ni bi wo hon.
Say hona Azuma any EP in some no.
Enti ye fa so mu tu galamse wo no mu nyina so sa black voter ne say black voter lake yi mu. Enti say voter lake the only surviving lake I bet you dey want to so no so krampo a asam no.
Eja. Yeah. But you see a man busa won say sebi. Minia ne kan asem say Ushemu ya se bibi like bibi insisisu ye because you see well-being no this pot of gold no Greek for no come they have a similar version of it but I no panyi bi na koto ye na o ma sika ne share ne so nti na afei osusu se ahode ewo sikamu but a feeling sanu no hu se na ni age more chen ahode no you see we've been miseducated about what wealth is. Sebi obi be kwa akotu form ekunipa ne wakoto ka du ne simifie ne aboni sirihehe ye chama no ne no chese sebi enu na we elevate as a society as what matters inti akra ni sisu no onfa mu se ye nyanso enum obek sebi ya jisika do ye nyina aka se odo ma me kwa obenya sika inti e bia we formalize it at the national level. Yenku nipa ni enfa njisika. Ye jisika na say Sikadro is part of our language. So maybe that is it. We are formalizing Sikadro. Yenfa dro mu so mu. Nientu sika. Nienyu na yenom. Nienyu no more mudi omo among them. They probably can go to the south of Paris or London or somewhere in the States and have a good life. You see, in some you see, these are serious matters. I think NDC should appreciate the clamor for state of emergency or emergency powers. So, Biobekai Constitution, Article 31, no, nobody should be eager to call for state of emergency. Because provisions are a say a G Emra and constitutionalism free nipansa and gives it to a force like a military rule. So indirectly what people are calling for now the amount for efreno ASB asrafo to me, which is a form of coup soldier for yen camera. That is what we are calling for. Yeah, democracy I do baby assembly. We are prepared to put down democratic principles. Say enkofa soldier for sra for medi assembly anim. It should make politicians think. Sebi Yera Mahama na no kasa say ye sina konya no. Say de wo hye dem na say ye bom panyifo di na wonim na omo aye bom ensem omo pa na ka na say omo de tuo any asra sem ebeji tumi no na ye boje omo so I think the politicians should listen. The threat to our democracy no enye brofo ni ahogo no so. We are at the precipice of something really, really dangerous. You have 1 out of every 2 Ghanaian less than 21 years, a 10 years. Over Ghana for me, Nubias say Abako less than 21 years. The promise of education is failed because of Yeswa Onye Jumanye. The promise of contributing to state does not exist. You're compounding it with Onyanso Num. You're creating say Sebi, a friend dystopian realities like Ebia Oberhesini bi na wiase say na baby fiction sci-fi dystopia sci-fi na say wiase say na bi mu she cave bi mu no more prince na bi mu animals. That is exactly what we are creating. We are creating a dystopia in a way it may sound like, oh, he's just exaggerating and he's sensationalizing the issues. When the best estimate said by 2030, to say you do 60%. If the numbers work the same way, say common way started again because Ghana water to plant move. When we said it 2-3 years ago, it sounded like a long story. I heard stories. I'm not for biomotapa. In so nearby,
I used to river now saying to this almost so say for Takwa cried the Wobo
Sebi. I can tell them I can yet the NDC for us because 8 months. But what we are calling for is the urgency of the issue. And I'm a person of principle. I've said on these issues countless times. There are records of my position. I criticize them. I will not stand here and say things are rosy. Turbidity mean nothing.
Na mo wudro na ewo mu na.
I wudro na ewo mu. And no na yen komo na ye di no. Meti asese na ejam wadaroma. Meti asese and it will be unfair on my part to also sit here say omo nya hwe. Because say na oka sa a krona ewo forest, middle of the forest. We didn't even know it existed. Abro ni nka. Nye ni nkra say wo ho.
Na fetish priest.
Ko si say omo bai. Nti niam ni bi ho a. The forest na yenkoma yenim say NPP for being penny for we know that at least some of those issues are being solved. It mean that is not what we are saying. The urgency of the matters is sensitive. It say obika will come say your man 2 weeks and you asra for say 300 as a day. Or best of the issues no. Inti
EPA mada rano.
Me da say. Inti insema ye kano enye say yenka say mu nye bibia, but what we are saying is that the urgencies of the issues require some there was awokika I was say dey no. Yes awokika no
na yehu
no. But in part I can also understand their conflict because you know Sabi CD and send America and ABI we are just formalizing Sikadrono because we also understand say the gold board and the idea say omo to sikakoko edia so a CD in some no. But I don't think say we should sacrifice human life for the altar of any economic because sebi sikasem no e nipa nkwa ne de bo ho ban inti and the health cost no ebeso ache any guarantees we think we would find. Into many I'm paying for any NDC vote here.
Okay.
The admonishment, they say what we need, they say your money put that to me is say comparing themselves to Abaya Yasisa no means nothing because Yasisa Abaya inti say NPP here they say starting here inconsequential. Problem no na wabeto. Dia wabetu nie wabetu se nsu asai wabetu se mercury arabianim dia wabetu no don't come and give anybody excuses and who here solve the problem because that is why you were voted for. Be candid enough to appreciate ebia ending, and we all appreciate the difficulties of the issues, but be candid enough, put the issues at the forefront, and let's put some urgency in solving the issues. Many opinion matters.
That's papa we dey. I mean, so asamba ko kan ya say the wa beto no. The say akoda bi usu de we su sa den. O si ne kokko ahwiegu. Koto kokko. Na kokko no rubber mu na e feel inside the back pa na kokko na gu anwem no osu. Kokko egu anwem mu wo ntumi sise enu mani nyeye. Ti ko fie ne koda. Enti kind of a sports milk no. Adenye de atwam na atwam. O se de aka chire ne bobo ho ba.
Na oda e be yiye because
anyway, with I say kokko no so ahwiegu. Kokko no so ahwiegu no osu. So ahwiegu. So ai. Enti yakọ na ye hwe ayi mapeni dada be de akire ekọ to ekọ pa achew se niam aba ko minum yesa bia enkane aba ne ye no anye ne yie enti opa achew na Ghana fo nyina fa ebonbone enche no na obobo odin se mapeni be de akire asoafo governor appointees ne mahodo nyina ka ho bi enti sanfom so no mo ye ne de Ghana fo fa nche na se ye dani to be de ma o ma chanya ma no bi ACBO Dr. Bawumia na ekopa sa achew no ba ni chopa na chi nso no Dr. Duchum say wono sa chopa no won ka ho bi because ono ko hye dan ko ye boni bi ya ono education sector abon ho modern economy no na anko yi a ono no na dwuma de otumi aye. Secondly, ebinum kasa onye hwe mfa mu a party no waye na mahudo bebre e de abo party no
wane nye hwe mu party no
Dr. Bawumia ebinum kasa se video no ho a ye mo na se be betumi abo aye na
one from Ghana for on capology no one from Ghana for
me ba emu suemu e be ye adwuma Ghana for 77 previous Ghana for do na kasa Dr. Duchum bo ho mo. So my vice president and our economic management team say we do a whole so come
on capology no one from Ghana for
me ba emu suemu e be ye adwuma Ghana for 77 previous Ghana for do na kasa Dr. Duchum bo ho mo. So my vice president and our economic management team say we do a whole so pa Ghana for chewa me feel say was section no car here. Essence ministers nyina na me pacho ama wo me mom de emotion me nka entume ho na nso ye bi kwae fast wa ye ye Mo Ibrahim say number 2 e Africa baby e free ye ni kodu ho me timi ka sem de Ghana fo emotion ye ni Ghana fo
Ghana for a kasa about the economy, DDP, and the collectively.
America said, "What now, so now what can I say?"
Okay.
What was so?
Dr. Bawumia, head of economic management, on the Unia.
Said, "Baby, or 100 feet said to a Chiano to a can." Said, "We are going. Now, to be family and come. I would near we ye ma most why money now."
Now we ba attack me no jam alko internet there what attack me there I will respond mama Ghana for who said they work an obwa but wono memfa mano e meka woda me meka bibi ntia na emom se wo be yo ho se metime baabi menya wo hwe na wo be keka nsem a enimu a me nso ese me nso mi chirechire mu chire Ghana for said they work an enim. Now, Obi any name.
But in a professional way.
Of course. Dr. Duchum need the atom. Also, I can't say, me. 7.3. NDC doesn't have to be bad for my party to be good. They can be good. But I can always say that NPP is better. I have decorum. I respect. And I've been raised very well. Me, in Titia, you hear me? Intimi nko ba bi nko kasa basa. Adwuma sem be ya chekakra. Da be ma ko studio
we Dr. Duchum ankane so afọhwe homosu ahosam so na video bakuri di kan boy no na ni nyina gina se Dr. Bawumia agina platform so kan se dem ma bi wo ho a NPP aba ne ye ya na nke somo ye na ebi wo so somo ye na somo anye na ni nyina mu no omo de chelpa na emaga fo nyina nti okan so no mapenya be de akire soafo na sefo but Dr. Duchu so chese sa chelpa no ono nka ho bi Kofi sansam ya abai
so me na de me sha se kan opa Kofi asempa
the party asem
menya kwa na kama kase atwato nya everybody o de aba Mr.
ya se asamu a minum se mo try se reconciliation baba na motumi akomanim a chopa ye leaders no ma pe ya be che kopa dada kopa ye no Dr. Duchu so ne education on right na djuma yi wa somo man kama nti economy ni na anko yi a e de wode so aso nti se chopa na manfa na enfra ma mi ti o be sima be nsia
me da si be nsia na me de mu be mienu e be kan galamse nsama me mienu bi kan ansa na me de 4 na aka no aka a chopa ne ho asem eja ensese ye pretend na ye kasa no ye ne se asiu se before se me ba ho no mpo no eto da kasa ni bu eja opa na ye waye edu bebe na ye 1 against 2 edu bebe na ye 1 against 3 enti me ba ma ya na enye bo apayo some of these discussions no because of how it goes in the center enti me basa enti e basa na ya tie sesa NPP eba power the last time no ma hu se CSOs ni NGOs ni omo kese tia galamse nyina no mko abanda da no ko blemu no se Mills Mahama mo ba mfie nwotwe mo ntimi anso of galamse enti mu ni moral rights and as moral authority some kasa so answer be free never where is it coming from me submission no me started with solutions na emo na yese me put solution in perspective say that time no ke unite ye can bo mu use by partisan approach e bia can solve problem that's what I said. It's here then I see creating impression say NPP for are just criticizing when they couldn't solve it and they are not offering any solution. It is not true. The Dr. Bawumia solution said I'm at the start here. President Kufuor by April 2017 and Obanen small scale mining. Obanen for 6 months or some extended towards the end of 2018. So almost 18 months there was no mining activity in this country. So what is this story of 8 months, 9 months is not enough? Obi banen months, mining 4 months. I don't want to be banen after 8 months. So what I say. Na you no movement for do baby na omure fi om ho se omo pani no mudi na kire na o kan MPP aba no. Eti bibi on beka ti MPP bia no omo ka ho bi. Opepa lunch na matin 7 years a odi free MPP no yi free menye ye. Eti se o tag MPP say aban galamse abanya ye wa lunch na matin for 7 good years no no so tu galamse ni bi no ka ho. Enti anytime bia omo do omo nsa behwe NDC MPP so say no.
Na Dr.
They generalize it. They swap President Kufuor any appointees. Omo ka omo yiyim. Omo ka frame MPP nyina na ba ya na mo ka ho. 90% of them were part of the MPP government. Ya na mo refi mo na mo criticize aban na mo yi mo free massive say mo free sabi mass and access fees no ba ya na MPP no mo ka. What is the verdict now? Prof Mpo Boatin Korea page 19. Mamen kan was say NDC was given an advantage in terms of access to resources for mining. This is because there are far more NDC people engaged in illegal mining than NPP. Page 19. It's a so kwaya ko kan. Professor Flempo Boatin na mukotu no. Ya na mon kan ho so no ase mines no. Anase galamse no. Nutu e cha NPP for page 19.
Ntu bo me de memre wana. So ba kono so.
I don't mind. It's me di no. What is the verdict today? And here can be coalition against Galamsey. Or see President Mahama's response on Galamsey is disappointing. When MPP and you Ofosu Nkansah, Suleiman Abraham was saying Kufuor fought Galamsey harder than President Mahama's current government. These are civil society organizations who were hard on us and on compare the Kufuor and the Nekoso. Within this short period of time, we've destroyed so much forest illegally. The level of degradation and the pace being left behind is disturbing. Or say within short time, you know, Galamsey and us send him a MPP in fee and what share mobile. So what are we talking about? Whether MPP did it or didn't do it is irrelevant. You have the power now. Fix it. Absolutely. That is it. You ain't minting a free so no. You are too about here. Inti ababu ne sa nyema ni nyina faso no so afa me ba Dr. Duchum de no so no. Dr. Duchum eja clarify say Dr. Duchum clarifies stance on Bawumia's apology. Says he didn't blame him for the economic woes. Into a bit him say no any finance minister. But the kind says would you woman ba wan say wan ka ansi so journalist ne busa no wan ka ansi so say bia wona wantimi anya economy na wantimi anya finance etin sam ne ba ya ebubu ho no asan ba be clarify say da bi enye say no
kan ya ebuti esisi e aye ne yanti ni yi ana say
but say new story ya cover
I'm say okay yentie mu yese be ebetumi e say e ebetumi e share
the substantive matter ne say leader any obi a oje ne mfunso otum NPP for bo moden a perfect and nya percentage ni nya. It's as simple as that. One coalition. This is the worst defeat in the history of the country, and it wasn't peculiar to NPP for. Over you can on democracy by pim. This is the worst parliamentary defeat. Conservative Party oma asofa. No matter power 14 years. Call Germany umulusu Christian Democrats. Call US Democrats umulusu. Eti ahu yin na post covid e ba ya so ye niam bia ya anyi ni yi a we ne party fo na edi nkomo ye tietie bi na so obu ha ye manade menu so onfen koma chairman bia anko ba akokwe obu ha ne office na niam bi na so ye ho mfunso eno ho acha opa na
Dr. Bawumia pa no exactly so opa party for chanya Ghana for
by extension Ghanaians
meba ye say opa party for no be shit no opa party for say party for ya form na mo nye so opa Ghana for say Ghana for
but say you mean nu nyina this is not the first time Dr. Bawumia apologize here 2022 time ahunye economy ne mu ye shepa post covid ana yesika asem yentimi ko bondo mo ne ade no apologize acknowledge say ahon kire na aba no ye gitum na ye de niam ebe easy economy ne ba empowered from 2022 to 2024 anima bebre se sign na kese niam mu ba ya inflation na eba from exchange rate eba from niam so start NDC for so buy o ma be so enti enye bone say Dr. Richum the minister no he wasn't perfect. There's no single minister obetima ka say ne dwumadi odi no chima bia anya den the kadawa bia so betimi aba list 33 interventions or the buy no na kwa ka say me de me yoma pani be de che menye president EMT na yes me da no is just advisory my advice is not binding me de atufutu no man pani for pa no mofa na emom dwuma 33 de ma me ne de nyina me die enti me hu yeso say the Dr. Richum ye no kono so betima yes abet wanya sa as a leader he has acknowledged the fault on behalf of the team. Sometimes it's unintentional because Galamsey is one classic example. We couldn't fight Galamsey. Said that Omanpeni Kufa the person you're fighting on. It's no, Wajitu no acknowledge, no patcho, say or China, say in your opportunity now, good catcher, Yedebeba, Minerals Development Bank, Yedebeba, tracking of excavators, Yedebeba, decentralizing community mining, and mining regime, Yedebeba. Na ye jira no so aye na papa chen say the last year na aja aye bone anya bone so eti ye chen empanifo bi emre bi no matwa mu a ene am anko yi 2016 hardships e ba na mankai say mampani dada as say oye mampani opa chaw say Ghana fo e kwan a ye fa so ntia ye lusu election by almost 1 million me pa chaw mon fenchem say bi o sa somebody can draw my attention to it but I didn't see it. It is better for a leader to appreciate and admit his mistakes and apologize and say obey no who say you ntie bia ye na emum anye yi kra enye hwe ye nka acknowledge because president be bia
me twa no but ye say Dr. Bawumia say kan fire no based on that betumi abo nyina for a discussion that's it mo meet Dr. Bawumia ni Samra
ye to abay wie ye research ewie ye nim say aban any a party ya ye infomso bebre ewo ye governance no mo niema wo ho a afi say ye beye ya anye ye mebi tu wo ho a ye ya anka ye hu from the background so a ye enti mejina ha ye nyina ye ka ho bi vice president ministers MPs board chairman appointees yenyina ya yem from so pacho momfanche en why momfanche yenyina ya from so momfanche
all right enti wuti na some kan na or can say from vice president ministers until oyi president ni fimu
eno so me hono metenase
ha enti date na oyi president ni fimu no or started from vice
president the boss so ontimi en assume the authority of the president when he has not been sent and speak on his behalf.
But he's no more.
I know
the flag bearer.
And the president,
he's not contesting for the position.
And I know crying tina. I say or assume sa leadership responsibility no because they say for the way they oko. But then for the Kufushi of any boss. Boss on Somalia said you cannot speak on behalf of your boss. He was the second most powerful person of the government. Inti free on no so ne de me Kufushi na chapa na opa bi mama ewum because I am boss na me share na say. E just what am say. Inti it is in order say oji na all sectors, all ministries, all areas. But be anywhere ye betima aka say yenya no 100%.
But so no say I don't know Mo Ibrahim say so me the second chef ubetumi abona na ya na said the be betini say o say ono de ni sector ministry no ayi adwuma ama Mo Ibrahim bo ma ba so say bo ba so bo na course point ni say economic management team no na or how be on abeka occupy to me yitin briefly near Samra
on ka ko gi no one from Ghana for
me ba e wo mesumu e be ye adwuma Ghana for 77 previous Ghana for do na ka say Dr. Chumbo Homoni so no advice president and no economic management team say bi wo ho no so pa Ghana for chewa me feel say o secure no ka ye essence ministers na me pa chewo ama wo mu me mom de emotion me ka into me me so ye bi quite fast why ye Mo Ibrahim say number 2 e Africa baby e fefu ye ni ko duru ho nti me ka say di Ghana for mu e mo mesua ye ni Ghana for
e kasa about the economy DDP and the ake collectively
America say wa na ahweso na wa kan ase
okay
wa ahweso
nti Dr. Bawumia head of economic management on the so onia
say baby o ho na fi say to chia no ni tuade aka say dey we ankoyi na ntumi na nkamu e wo ne a wo ye ni ye ma o.
All right, ye number see it hold you say be to me.
Team player biara no as you especially so wasura responsibility on behalf of all the team members. When you mo te cabinet back. Into the assume post education when you 100% in power, which is not even possible. There's no ministry which must score 100%. See how be your lines you now can say Ghana for franca issues or more education. Ebe nya ba ku mienu miense bi. It when 100% cry abana nya perfect are reflected in the election results. The West in recent times you lose so many parliamentary seats such as Ghana for and nya the hunting you lose a number of seats. It is only responsible and right for you to apologize and admit your mistake. Intimate Dr. Duchum Kratabi. Me say dear honorable Dr. Duchum, no appointee was perfect, so there's nothing wrong with an apology on behalf of all appointees. Acknowledging we did well but got certain things wrong is not weakness. It only shows we will learn from our mistakes next time we get opportunity to govern. It's yeji and phone so atum say be education and yama kakra bi anko yie natural resources ne mai yama kakra anko bi communication ne digitalization ya ka say be ye nema 50 e bia 47 yetimi ye energy ya ka say bia be ma rural finance electrification ye 99% e bia 96%. Iti kakra na aka no mo fenche yen domestic debt exchange one of our friend is saying water loose ho kire ba ya pension fo sika nyina edi yansaka ya amwaye edi ho kire ne ho hia ba Ghana fo Dr. Bawumia pa ho chew Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe pa ho chew finance minister na nkasa so pa ho chew honorable Aminyanta pa ho chew yenim se sa na ma affect in base which is made up mostly of the middle class omo esika na ekotete ya eni still bi muntimi nka omo sika na say jawji we tuma enye bone we kire say ye humble enough to admit our mistakes when we get it wrong. Na yen opportunity na we will improve on some mistakes na it is as simple as that.
Okay. Me that's ebu sa chopa ne me de ma nye me pa me nye boni bia be ma bo me homode na sefo no wo tie kira hu ni sen I say wo na wako ye wo fu sen fum so bi o ha bia wo na wo fum so no so adeso me fo adeso ne me cover bi so bi ma ni nye yesa ma mtu adwun che be sensi
eja is mama kofi ho kwan ma wo so butu ma wo yi the master man no kofi galamse itu galamse ya
there we went to
nti Friday NTV na So ka galamsey for peda zone kashim.
No. People tag the government. No. This is a simple question. Galamsey in Ethiopia. Into why there? Into why there? Waka galamsey for peda zone kashim that must me galamsey. Me yes because you said Alan Chamanten or Otu galamsey. Because no government no. Logic na me yes say mo kasa na mo the friend people nyina mo ka ho. And you do it all the time ebo ene kwa why? Yeah, is it you have done it today. You see, say obinuma yaza na so ya. Mayanka, men fe domina nka ho. Into galamsey. Masala Chamanten into galamsey. But you are saying that Alan Otu galamsey. But better the fact that a rhetorical question. Okay, you find intention. You dey say for we say one or two make one judgment. You see, Papa na okase no Dr. Dichum. Yansa sampa na okay no. Yansa sampa na okay no. Na mo okada manya batsam wie yin. Wan che na wasn't 10 cents be. Yansa sam okay. There yes, kwa ama. Igina chira baka dey dua nyina obomko. But eko me won dey bia wo bebi osi. So judge the trees by their sizes and all that. What's woman education? Or just though, or no wasn't. The master no can, one child wasn't 10 cents a bay. One day, Brian's okay, that wasn't 10 cents a bay. This is an maybe I know, Doctor, about one more 10 cents here. Maybe I don't have 10 cents, you know, I'm 10 cents the data. You see, Sir Amambu by a day. Sir Bene Zama, Naba Pacho. Ebene be senza mana ba pachawa na democracy for Sibiano. Because na ka DDP. Yeah. According to Dr. Ajekum ana Kama Dr. Yes, Ajekum. What's it? Ni yankofo ba 800. We because of DDP. And so me empacho. Na Opocho. Yes. Book launch. Yes. Na wonye sika mpo na wata twedru obi teo obi nankasa wa bono bra dem ni tie sika amasa me ko pensioner na abani ntua me ka obi wa menye sika me da hwemo tetama mawu na akasa economy abobobu sa mfoso nyanse bi anyim ma asa economy na as sika mpo hihye won pass na aza anko hwe da music na fan economy nkofo wa abre on sika na nse ko bom ma nyimpa 800 no wuwi no ono yankofu no address no wuwi no. Look at what also happened. Google banks no Google no yankofu wuwi a chepa bom no dam nkofo no aba bioma e pacha na dam nkofo wasure fie wufum waye Lazarus wasure fie wufuma amambu and sense ama na mba pacha eye ne yie ma nkofo nya ho mfoso. Amemaka on record. Dr. Bawumia do baby was from Africa and there. On that time the Ghana economy was doing fairly well. Also, Dr. Bawumia is the one who has made it possible for the economy to do well. No, the video is out today. No be responsible or say responsible. The massive economy. Then people couldn't answer them logically. But Dr. Bawumia, we don't need apology from him. We need accountability from him. Accountability from him, not apology. And it's on the basis of that now. Some of us are there. One of the videos when show had Ojina Simpie Sunankasa there will be enforcing there in the run up to 2024 election. No, or top pickups 300 NPP, 300 pickups. No, a vice president of the republic. Then you Ghana so say almost the vice president. Issue of accountability no. Also don't hear opa. I read something from as BBR or minority leader. I think you mark okay. TV3 no post. Also the youth should demand accountability from our leaders. I think you opa. This time is the master Okens or say me nature, but there is more about. Also, the youth should demand accountability for our leaders. That is why you benefit the Dr. Bawumia.
says in salaries are urging 8 years as vice president. Now allowance in Yazibum. If you are Bank of Ghana, it's called Eugene, no says Ziboma. Dama pick up see. Untum Fompo. The Miscan so a incident point Fimo. Into American day. But my member Kakao, I said a bay competition back. It will be full say you'll be the bonus rimu. But I didn't know can be. Or can say fundraising. You could be to raise funds. We said you see canon. Young Shana, Kobasi be a Chinano. It's a obey here.
Boa party eze besma boa party eze the year member abonti embaka 2024 elections sika mitime raise emma party no ebc da ewo ye party history ebc da pickups are heading midema constituencies over the regions over 300 pickups and say you see in the constituencies. Say in the constituencies, the pickups are being.
About here, or say it's called to me raising. Yeah. Into raising co, and they say because you did buy some of finding uncle. No, Eja, I'm the premise, baby. My argument, my argument in there. Now, because any sika, never so much could tell you into Munto. Into sika now the train, onion or him. See, you raise for him far because in break there. Say, in raise the kind of a campaign or today, 10 pickups. You need to be the source because and source now. Ebiana cocaine ska, ebiana or your drug money, ebiana or your galamsey ska, ebiana it could be our special interest in your Hana. What did Damazi Bay? I'm as a bear president with 2 in your quan. Into your umbrella Ghana or Trade say, hey, Damazi. Also, they a kwana efa dunya. The source. We want to know whether the source is legitimate because foreigners are not allowed to finance our political party activities. Now, if you understand, if you are money no buy an anti, let's say, no here, nya chapa no here. Accountability there. The man you may easy sika and if you look at the money involved, that pickup one is about $60,000. And he said over 300. So let's even use the 300 as the base and multiply 60,000 by 300. We're talking about over $18 million. Let's get a cabo. On bet the Ghana for a corner for only the Mexican because as at the time of not only the certain vice president, or yes, some private businessman, he was the certain vice president. Also there. In Bremuno, lawyer na Sasimo became a boy. In Bremuno, also the Chile, a corner of doing the Mexican. No to them pick up the man party. No, if you show me who there, or your papa now, your con bonodo, or Tina no or Chia. Now say, as you do a horse, was the man, yes, Aman. Down was he and Brab, since in there. Circle USA. How you share for own democracy? Say a fundraising for your elections. Profit now and what US power. And that's a Sikana jail into my account for even $1. You can go to prison for that. 2, Sikana jail. Say as the $1 as a top, give him a $1 for personal user. You will go to jail for that. So accountability is at the heart of democracy. Until yes, we a chapter here because what chapter only one way we wouldn't from back. What chapa all my whole no or the 97 million national cathedral whole no on fail na cathedral misedo. More here there position was more no. Ase etum enya every sikampo in the issue of the party being said on was American on another issue. But the point is that over 300 pickups now ese it to me as a party no in any one hand. I know we are going to see Yala. And yeah, a chapa, Sabi, Jada, Ebagan, a best sense, a matra, a baby, a yaso, Pocho from Chamna, Moba me, you. Of course, if that is how democracy is, then we have a problem in this country. Prof, as someone can work as one can bonnet. Chop idea, Ufumo Yere Panacho, Fumukunapanicho. It be a Nama Bakuminu, Sabina, Uncle. ebi no se sanka chopa bi obabi pa kese pa anka bi amampeni dada anaka bi a obegina ho apa on behalf of the party no na asane abafom na nka vice nso ka bia former vice nso ka bia no so no be kanafa by say the former vice and ababeka obro wo yi mampeni no ade ato nchen no waka ade abadu bebi aduru no ena the then time sector minister bi so chese say wo pacha o me side de me nya body be chakwa ne yimi film so say me nya de am support sa chopa no o tira se hwe ne din a eye bibia ye kan magana for akase me pagana for chew eno na sese ye anase party fo a ebia na ma bi ye ya anye ni yie eno na ye pa ho chew
eja me da se am se me nye obi a me tai me retire ho enne ebu aka sama ma me ra ho afia yesi me na fofo mienu pa na omo be me afrim edikan eye kama kama yobi a no ye madam fo pa Dr. Jekum na e book launch ase na oka ase haircut e de ma no na ne sika osie nyina esan
for 30 years
ofre me call no office na odi kire me yoko at that time and the properties work for area ene Accra ha ene Kumase say on fa tax awatue nyina mra emekire no na question obisa ne say yoko de eden omowo because we GRA asem a tighter come saa because you see we NDC financial na e ka say the book launch ase na o kan na se nyina wie no ye frɛ no me mo nipa kro din ba nipa kro no e relate ni a o pa chawo na nse ye kan say ebisa say na papa ni sika ne ya he e na wako gina ba bi egu ye nyima se ntine mo fa ni sika no ma no papa na ka che me say wo tu kwan na o baa ye no e na ne special assistant ono say friend Jekum sa e ka che me say wadamfo e baa ye no onti apo nti okọ hospital 2 days na meti say we free na say edi ni sika ma no ya mfa ni sika ma no ene de mintimi enkyere ye to so mienu eye omane boama Kofi Dr. Kofi omane boama Kofi no ye madam for pa in fact na me kasama nooks me anodon pre if you want your hand you over me ye campaign ma Kofi omane boama Kofi eba na yonko pa o Indianapolis e friend Kwajo Owusu efie na one na ere amafusua e frɛ me e wo Indianapolis ene me kasa se wunia brana be boa Ghana na ye fa wonim dia wo nyina no mfa mo abrofo nko brana be boa ikrom Ghana omo ka ho bi ana me ba afie meti ho yi nipa bebre nimu se ajakwa brana wonnim se me NDC ni wonnim se ma contest election as MP da wonnim se ma ba betina ha ne afia pokwa program bebre da enti ewiase saa na nyame ye na ade to mebu wo ho a me se menu so behumi ahome emedu so behumi abehume na mekọ na so me kasa woni mentitie mu no me kasa ma oman enti se metina ba bi na obi kan na mu yese ya Michael Jordan said there's no I in a team. It's always we. But sometimes it takes an I to win a game. And to be boiled down to leadership and respect. So we share papa no year Jeremiah 14:14 the second part no say na me soma say bi obi soma o say ko ye imana ko pacha o mana ko pacha mo obi say enti eno ho asem na Dr. Aduchumu kan say media me ye madwuma ko nye enti ono na o pacha wa but a chaw pa de nkaboni bi anim senya o ye no he was very crafty meaning Dr. Bawumia o tena say o kira de o US nso kakra na yi na menim ni say nipa bia bre anse na wanyan reputation it is o skin color enti untimi enkasa nwo obi hu fi yankasa nwo obi hu fi ni awaye no naka o hwe Dr. Bawumia chopa na opa na emu edu na mbe papa oyobi a politics ye be che no ne de ne ko ne babie ni ho Ghana military cells ani ye de ayi mpentua every nkofo tiri ho de bia no bi se nyame se eden na o ma me ko fa niam we nyina me ka se Dr. Isafu Adu ofra me o se me wo fa se me nim nyame du bedu ba bibi wo mu ma me ka se me kire me bu NPP party a kodu se me to 25 pickup emma Professor Dubois me yare me da ho amakuman party no ebre me key soap box baako and a 500 Ghana cedis enti party ni aye Dr. Safodu aseboka chairman no na ohwe sene ebinom abre wo NPP mu na obi wo ho a sebe party nankasa so ho na obi MP8 na waba na waka jo say ye padwuma na memo wadwuma na adwuma no wabagi ni sika 10,000 abusu akoton abusu asa 10,000 ma no adwuma na ama ni sika ne so ama ono ani party enti party nanga se di nkrofo bebre obi wo t-shirt pe na take away box no nyaa wanya hwe for 8 years na achaw pa de nyama mienu ne hwe perception and sincerity Osha the contest of Bawumia chopa no delegates na oka kire o say me pa chaw enti na in a sense no enye Ghana fo nyina because omo no contest no tisenia Dr. Duchubeka say e man pressure say economy na ko sen anko yie enti ono kan dey my education because no education minister official ni dey based on Mo Ibrahim report no e ko yie enti ono no oni a chopa bia enti wangasa power chaw e me pa chaw ma no but Dr. Bawumia dey oyeye no wo hwe president Kofo Asem okan ya okan ni titi say enkananado e me pa chaw the entire Nanado Mpachaw no menwanwa but unim say arrogant leader bia in the history of this planet no and chene we ase refi no maybe a leadership perspective obi oye arrogant bia no enche ne we ase refi efri Nebukadnezar no penso but obi a wa hobrase no enti sa hobrase na onya ye de pacho because ko for sati ne ma miensa o say impunity corruption arrogance of power and severe economic difficulties. Sanya man naiwe and assess MPP for pacho. It's answer Ghana for omoto abano omunyin. Na nyi omunyin ni say nya de bia no obuo mani goso. Nti we pacho de ana 724 assembly na samoko. Wa pacho no sa baba omie hu say esese opacho. E bia na ye na nado say mini hobiem. Se say mini hobiem ti na hu nyi asa chopa. But what your legacy wo ho? And to say amount for Baba Umia, the only not attaching anado. It's answer, one I have a buy, one I can buy. But when Japan, you know, I said, Bawumia, no need ID card in po. I want people, one I can find about no more jump shifting, no man, no say, Mon back day, teeny days, I'll be do a party mo. Now your man may running mate. And in another, I can find by because of who be womu. Sabi you be who be womu. That no make us our TV station. Make us no, and you may me call. Kono onim na yakufado dampare ofre me no se prof ye nhia o hia me o ma me be hia no no office ye hia ya some kan se so me nsa ne mo mpa ma hu akoma o wakoma papa e mo man enti me na ma me hia obi a me hwe na koma the soul of the person it's say ya bias asisu for niam mienu to learn for our soul and for God ade angrofo ni ya bias asisu be sun ade keke ya ma se be pesika ya ma pese be pejopade ma me nche wasembi Cathedral ya na nadu atwi nyame adi na ye ka ho asemi no me say
the answer o say NDC na
Ghana for na me intention ni say am say and Uncle Banisa me sira mo fa ncheme Ghana for nyina ye reasonable a on betim bia chewo ba se wo ba na oba ye hu say eye sa na me ye na mama mo free senior high school enti na mbeka bia fa me ho a well it's up to obi to judge because ye nyina ye doing the same one no obi ani wa odwen obi a wo say ni odwen enti na make can say perception is important and then you told me sincerity. How sincere was Bawumia's apology? Say Ghana for my own bonnet fancheme. Me penisen your car and said near ye and then near yanye. A union sansem. I told me how you leader. And you now you strongly believe say and kababwa by manisa. And as board crano who see you be obeba. Now Rebecca said, not my dream in a media say, now Uncle Banisa I cover. Board in bit me I said, now what you sometimes the best intention could go wrong. And you know, a year by men yes have him. Sir and nipa yetina a DNT, nay ye, but as to whether it's sincere or not to know, and ye voters in a betcher, na me busa MPP for be brave. Ah, almost so a be support to Brian, a be support to a duchum. ebi supporte omo mata fa bra Japan na mebusa om say Bawumia apology no modwe ho sen muntie ne ebinim kan om say baako say he's just playing politics to win sympathy votes or play politics to win sympathy votes because or per votes say our January NPP for equally running mate anything or yes obi say just painting a picture to look humble in the eyes of the NPP delegates. Ono NPP for say o pretty picture o be look say or humble in the eyes of delegates ahombrase say na be ya eduru ho beto amano. That means say me call back to nyamehya here. Omo hu ni say sincere. And the contest could be wrong because I say yeah ko to abenti and I be patch on na so be run ni biem ti na be patch o. Na say mka won run ni biem atina na na ado aye na I won run ni biem me patch o na ka me patch o. It is up to Bawumia himself.
Intimity chire me bisa me ho say Ofosu Nkansah no former NEIP boss right national entrepreneur intervention bibi masa sa abrantie no one miracle sabwaje omudua epe omuni pasu eye baako na mama nka bibi nkyere wo Dr. Alhaji Bawumia wantum nensifo na wanhwe bibi sebi me man warning na me kan sembi e de siasem so enkrofo a mu contribute to the defeat in 2024 elections no sa enkrofo na besenya kose the defeat this time around yenim so be dinto but this time around no e be record breaking again I no krabe man so man pipi for buofu no be pam na free party ni mu ati na me cho na say Dr. Alhaji Bawumia ba be pagana for achew Ofosu Nkansah say na opa delegate na chew anye Ghana for on say ejakwa bena confronto na oye na adwi so bobo video na wa admit say o na o pagana for mu ma chew but well you see these are the people they don't know how to communicate to Ghanaians. We say Ghana eda honum sa no ubeti maybe di Ghana n'anim so obeye president o so obeye MP o so obeye sofu so obeye den whatever position bia obenya na Ghana ha a true sugar coated words anode o kasa de wan kasa ya Ghana ko ma o medi omo so da masa forget it. Me say o kasa nye da Ghana for ebe hwe wani asa ka cho so kodwo onsene ha what na me cho na say o kasa na say o kasa nye de na won kasa ya there is absolutely no way Ghanaians will allow you to what to rule us omo ma kwan my study of Ofosu Nkansah and my study Dennis Mako Sabwaji omo kasa omo niye omo posture omo composure omo demeanor na eye baako when they are talking to Ghana for so omo kasa as if say Ghana for ye ye omo no omo wo ye omo kasa homa so omo kasa tumi so imagine say sanko for yasne di tumi a show me some dey di tumi show me some who the kind of languages no mu use kuruma abuja Ghana for say shawadwe mu say obeto aba Bawumia in 2028 just change it amenka no kwemfa nchew Bawumia na hunu ho saa no or snake under grass. Do you know what happened to Jojo Chibunsu? Bawumia yiri Samira Bawumia ene yeden ekobubu Jojo Chibunsu NPP ni a wodi sika afinansi Bawumia na nkasa ni campaign da ene mu sheda ekobubu papa no ne dan ene ya court case ni ba abonti no na che se omambo Bawumia ne yire ne ka na ni nua be ma abu Ramadan no it shows say ni da honbone it shows say Yakakabensem because of some more power intino. I was for just look at that. Imagine say Bawumia be the president. Nkofobinum wo baby. Let me tell you, Nkofobinum wo baby, they are waiting for Bawumia to become president. There they can boast. There they can stand up and say yenso yenipa be the president. Into so ye be my P. Sasanti odia P. So we bari mana santi odia P. Adaya wo dan pa. Adechi no enwumre no na chese atasa wayemremremre eti baby dwene ne ho. That is lion for you, lion king. Anyway, enti Dr. Alhaji Bawumia en kakran. Na so wura wi etimi be di president a enkofo bi wo ho no mo anyo no e no be wuli Ghana. Mind you see the bia ye ka ye accuse ne yire no fulani for abusia yet kuruma. There was a story be about 2024 before elections no fulani binom e ko boom ko fobinom omo fudie omo farm crops omo ekutwi faso di omo cattle, that is an entry ekutwi faso omo kutwi faso no omo siwura ne niema okoka no omo san twintuo eni sekan se omo beden omo betwitwa no. Imagine say these people omo enfri Ghana ha omo betina Ghana ha through migration or immigration whatever. Now omo betina hanom na sa nkofo we no omo sia benya omo betie wo omo asom se omo ipa abeye first lady. How would they behave? Bisa we are not doing tribal. Yenye tribal ha. But yen kan ko mfanchire ho. Alhaji Bawumia no ombre, and he's easy to do what? Influence. Kakra bi no omo dandare no. Enkofo bi ndi nechi a, the moment this guy becomes president, he will never rule this country. Enkofo no ena mo beji omai no aboso. And I don't want to me modin group bi wo hono. They are waiting for Bawumia to become president. There they can what? They can take action. That group no. Anyway, enti meka na masi asem so. Se nkofo a mo twa Bawumia ho ahia nyina ya arrogance. They can never lead this country. Enti we Ghana ni na ye say Bawumia beba Bawumia beba ama ye mato you he obua. Okoju yajo obua. Bawumia will never come. Albema wajo. Bawumia betime ma wajo and the time I know your vice president, he had every opportunity. He had everything to make you what? Developed or to develop your place wherever you are. So you could say whatever. He had every right to improve your life. But this guy refuses. He refused to do so. Into to one now we shall dear Bruno quite na koko bibi baby no from Bawumia sympathizers, royal ladies, one ladies. You see, you were making mockery of yourself and you are what joking with what a serpent. I'm telling you, me na make a joke. It's mamon yesa. You know it. Say Bawumia na mono. Ninu ya na owo northern region. Is it hifa Palugu dam no mokwaje ye no so munsi palu $12 million sesika na onye oni ni nua na ekwaje ye hwane Bawumia oni ni nua no ene ye de ekwaje ye enti yembisa ye ho sesika na onye enti enchai eno no anu ntom ebe obekase wa finance party with about 300 plus pickups. Unya the wahi. Nesikane wahi. Wetiem. What one na we Bawumia. Unya me di president crow and ultimate 300 pickups. Edimo party. One pound money krum for the krum for the krum kwine ye one fair ni kwine. Ni krum hospital nye one fine ye. Ni krum market ni ho one fine ye the to party cars. What one na ye Bawumia mami what you're joking. You're freaking joking. Chai. Ono nipa na wo dwe na ono ndwe ho. Na me ya adum na so be depend na nim wi na so Ghana for ye brebre no koto man say hey, there you see the true colors of Alhaji Bawumia. Obenyansa for ye kana sem. Ye muni be. Obenyansa for ye buni be. Ye kana sem. Chira wadwan comment section hanum. Me is your number 1 authentic platform Mega TV na kupon koswa. Ishira Makrao. Bye bye.